Wouldn't it be great if you could get a PhD in life through baseball? Welcome to Baseball PhD, a tour company for your brain. 30 major league teams, 100 places to see. Let's touch them all as we make the road trip of a lifetime.
Welcome, Marvelous Marv, to Baseball PhD. Marvelous Marv is a tour guide extraordinaire for the Grand Canyon. Marvelous Marv, tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been in the area most of my life, and I do a nice private tour of the South Rim of the Grand Canyon. Been doing it for about 25 years.
And I think your base is what, Williams, Arizona?
Williams, yes. We're about an hour from the South Rim, about 4 hours from Las Vegas, about 3 hours from Phoenix.
So if I were teaching a group of kids about the Grand Canyon, there's a South Rim, a North Rim, an East Rim, and a West Rim, correct?
Correct. Actually, as far as the national park, it's basically South Rim most of our guests go to. North Rim's closed in the winter. The West Rim is over towards Lake Mead in the Las Vegas area, Indian reservations. East end of the Grand Canyon is the Navajo Nation, the Navajo Reservation.
If our listeners from Baseball PhD want to see the Grand Canyon, what are the various tours that you can offer them?
I just do the South Rim myself, and my tour originates out of Williams, which is on Interstate 40, which is centrally located for the many things to see and do in Arizona, especially in northern Arizona, when it's too hot down in southern Arizona in the desert during the summer.
And are your tours where you meet us in Williams, Arizona, we get...
Pick you up at your hotel or campground, exactly, yes.
And then you take us, what, on foot? Or do we drive down into the canyon and get hot together? What do you do? How long are your tours?
Well, we start about 8 o'clock in the morning here in Williams. I'll pick you up at your hotel and give you an education of the Grand Canyon and the local area. And we're back about 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and we basically do the South Rim where everybody else goes, but I choose to find the secluded areas where we can avoid the crowds during the busy time of the year up there on the South Rim.
Now, President Teddy Roosevelt over 100 years ago said that the Grand Canyon was the only great sight that every American should see. Why is that?
You know, personally, it's very spiritual, the Grand Canyon is. And it's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and a very popular international destination. And just the geology alone and the local history of the Native Americans that have been in and out of the area for thousands of years, and how we established the South Rim, and so you get quite an education with me. Otherwise, the tours are big bus groups. You got 10 minutes here, 20 minutes over here, and I'm more private, more personal, and the best way to see the Grand Canyon is with me.
Now, what is your website, Marvelous Marv?
MarvelousMarv.com, real simple, and it's been up since 1995.
Now, until I prepared to interview you, I must admit, I wasn't as educated as I wish I was. I did not know the 7 wonders, the 7 natural wonders of the world. And for our listeners, let's educate them together. I mean, Mount Everest in Nepal, that's an easy one.
Right.
Victory Falls in Zambia/Zimbabwe. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Victoria Falls makes Niagara. It's what is it? Double the size of Niagara Falls?
Yes, and I believe in height. Yes.
Okay, and then we've got the Grand Canyon in Arizona, the Barrier Reef in Australia,
right?
The Northern Lights.
Right.
And help me with my pronunciation. Is that the Paracatan volcano in Mexico?
Right. And also the Bay of Rio de Janeiro.
That's right. So those are the 7 natural wonders of the world, and we have 2 of those natural wonders in North America.
Well, yeah, I guess the Northern Lights. That's a recent issue now. The original list goes back to the Audubon Society and National Geographic in the 1920s.
Okay.
And the Grand Canyon is #1 on both lists of 7 natural wonders of the world. So once again, it's a very, very popular destination, and Arizona is known as the Grand Canyon State.
And I believe that the Grand Canyon gets approximately 4 million visitors a year.
Yeah, we had a pretty good season. You know, we're strictly a seasonal thing during the summer months, and this year I think it was about 4.2 million.
And to give you some perspective, Marvelous Marv, I don't know if you'd know this, last year the Los Angeles Dodgers had the best attendance in the major leagues at like 2.7 million. So the Grand Canyon outdrew the Dodgers and the Yankees and all that. But under the spirit of President Roosevelt, hey, every American needs to see the Grand Canyon.
And, you know, the Cactus League in the wintertime, I get, during the spring training, I get a few people come up from Phoenix and do my tour that are down in Tucson and Phoenix enjoying spring training. Sure.
Anything else do you think our listeners should know in terms of preparing to go to the Grand Canyon and probably to prepare to hire you?
Well, there's so much to see here in Arizona, especially in northern Arizona. And by going on a tour with me, I can give you an idea of what else to see and do while you're in the area. Because we're at a vast space out here, and it's a long distance between areas to see. But the south rim of the Grand Canyon is easy access from about 4 hours from Phoenix.
Thank you very, very much for your time, and thank you for being a friend of the show, and we will be in touch with you. Thank you, Marvelous Marv.
Okay, guys, thank you very much, and thanks, everybody.